Welcome to your Labor Day weekend. I'm Monica Coleman alongside meteorologist Brendan Minchef. Brendan, a lot of people don't have work tomorrow, right, because it's the holiday, but they need to be careful because of this heat.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, stay inside would be my recommendation.
Labor Day marks the unofficial end to summer, and the heat this weekend is bound to bring more people to the water to cool off. It's a refreshing way to beat the heat, but it's not without risk. Sacramento Parks and Recreation officials are preparing now to keep folks safe. Despite the excessive heat and a recommendation from Sac County Public Health to postpone outdoor events over the weekend, some went on as scheduled Saturday. ABC 10's Jay Kim spoke to organizers and attendees on how they beat the heat. The Mill Fire burn in Siskiyou County broke out Friday afternoon. It's grown to more than 4,000 acres, ripping through a neighborhood in the town of Weed. 2 people were injured. Thousands of people were forced to evacuate their homes, and now we know that around 100 homes were destroyed. ABC 10's Luke Cleary reports. Meanwhile, the mountain fire, which started Friday evening burning near the town of Gazelle, is now almost at 5,000 acres. Although only about 100 people live in that town, no word on any injuries or structures destroyed at this time. The family of a 29-year-old Sacramento man whose body was found along the American River are desperately seeking answers into what happened. ABC 10's Jock Maluka has the emotional interview with the victim's family from Discovery Park. Coming up on ABC 10 Weekend Morning News, the much-anticipated Artemis launch grounded for a second time. The major safety concerns that grounded it. I'll have the latest coming up. And each weekend, ABC 10's Walt Gray catches up with the Cal Matters journalists about the biggest political stories of the week. Here's Walt with more. Artemis 1, the high-stakes test mission for NASA's new moon rocket, called off for a second time after the discovery of a dangerous fuel leak that crews could not repair in time. ABC's Morgan Norwood is at Kennedy Space Center with more. College football dominated our TV screens on Saturday. I was reading from my Sam Houston State University Bearcats, and Kevin John is standing by with a recap a little closer to home with the weekend's biggest games. Coming up on ABC 10 Weekend Morning News, the heat is impacting everyone, especially the disabled. How local organizations are stepping up to help the most vulnerable. Plus, record travel expected this Labor Day weekend. The number of people expected to hit the road or take a plane. But first, Brendan. And some wild weather news. Can you believe this? The Weather Channel reports an increase in tourists to the Death Valley during this heat wave this weekend. During the extreme heat, you are encouraged to check on loved ones and the most vulnerable. That includes people with disabilities. The Mill Fire in Northern California has burned more than 4,000 acres. Thousands forced to flee their homes in the town of Weed. The fire being fueled by excessive heat, which is impacting much of the state. The Federal Aviation Administration and Department of Homeland Security are focusing on tightening up security at a small airport after an airport worker in Mississippi allegedly stole a small airplane. ABC's Christine Sloan reports. Millions of people also on the road, but the good news is that gas has gone down to about $3 nationwide. But here locally, we're still seeing an average of gas of $5.25 a gallon. Coming up on ABC 10 Weekend Morning News, our Verified team investigates how much President Joe Biden's student loan plan will cost taxpayers. You want to hear that story. The clock reads 9:45. Let's verify. A viral social media post claims President Joe Biden's student loan plan will cost taxpayers more than $2,000 each. Brandon Lewis from our National Verified team explains the origin of that estimate. A high school student's quick response leads to a life-saving moment and an award from Sac Metro Fire. It is the holiday weekend and triple-digit temps are here. Lake Tahoe, Napa, and San Francisco are looking like great places to go to get some relief. But there's a cool place in our region that many people may not know about. ABC 10's Marcus Down reports near the South Yuba River State Park in Penn Valley.